It's actually 9 o'clock. It's actually 9 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon, but I just got back home from work and it's Bible time. So we have to get our spirits up. It has to be good morning, good morning, good morning, rise and shine to our soul because we are about to get a blessing through the word. We're reading the story of Isaac and his wife Rebecca. That story is honestly a very interesting story, on a very serious note. It's a very good story and I've been reading through it. I'm gonna take y'all along through this week, starting today, Tuesday. So let's get the word. Just finished my Bible time. It's kind of late. It's 9:50, but I just finished my Bible time, and what I love about using like the timer method is that sometimes I finish on the most cliffhanger verse ever, and it just makes me so excited to get in the word the next day, because I found that sometimes I would just kind of Bible dump and read so much of the Bible at one time that I'd be like, what I have to read today is not as interesting. And I love when I get to read like narrative stories in the Bible, because I feel like reading the narrative stories, and especially taking your time with the narrative stories, you really can get everything that you need out of them. In the story of Jacob and Esau right now, in verse 21 specifically, it's when they're talking about Rebecca and Isaac and the fact that Isaac was 40 years old when him and Rebecca got married, and Rebecca had struggled having kids. And it said in verse 21 that Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife. And I just thought that was a super interesting detail that I never caught before in this story. As like a Christian woman, I was just at Bible study and talking about this double standards that are placed on Christian women. I feel like a lot of times Christian women are the ones who are like the ones who go on behalf of their husband or go on behalf of their children. It was a cool detail that it said Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife. He didn't just pray for his wife. He prayed on behalf of his wife to the Lord and said whatever he needed to say. And in that same verse, it says the Lord was receptive to his prayer and his wife Rebecca conceived. So the fact that once Rebecca conceived, she felt some type of turmoil and some rumbling in her stomach, lots of kicking and stuff. And it said she inquired to God, like, why is this happening to me? Like, what's going on? And like the fact that she inquired, and I wrote down the definition of inquired, because I was like, inquired is such a unique word. The definition of inquire is to ask for information for someone, to investigate, to look into. So I felt some rumbling in her tummy, and she didn't go to the doctor. She went straight to God and say, hey God, you just gave me, you just blessed me, allowed me to conceive, now what's going on? And I just thought that was cool, of like, when God blesses you with something, keep making sure that you go to him, because that blessing is his. Like, he doesn't just bless you with something and now that blessing is yours. No, his hand is still on that blessing. So coming back to him about the blessing that he just gave you is so important, because he's going to talk to you about that blessing, because he's like, you remember that came from me? Let me tell you what's going on. And he tells Rebecca what's going on and reveals to her that she has twins, whoop-de-woo, and everything. Which I'm like, that is just, I don't know. That was just so cool. That's why I really love taking my time with narrative stories and using the timer method when I read the Bible, especially when I'm in stories in the Bible, because it allows you to see details that otherwise you would just gloss over. I literally stopped at verse 26 right before Esau and Jacob, like Esau sells his birthright because Jacob asked for it, which I don't ever remember. Jacob did, and Esau was tired because he was out on the field and he saw some soup that Jacob was cooking. He was like, that soup looks good, let me have some, brother. And Jacob was like, give me your birthright first, which I'm like, why would he say that? I feel like I'm gonna eat some ice cream, read a book on my Kindle. I've been reading this Christian romance and it's called She Prays for Him, I think. It's really slow, but it's been pretty good, and I've been loving to read it before I go to bed. And yeah, I cannot remember if I have class today or not, so yeah. Remember if she said we were gonna meet, and the schedule just says draft. So that's where we're about to go. I heated up my breakfast. I meal prepped, so my breakfast is just a meal prepped egg and cheese quesadilla, 30 grams of protein. Check the time to make sure I'm not making myself late. I'm talking to my friends. Okay, it's 9:45. If I don't have class, I'm just gonna sit in the classroom and work, to be honest with you. Because I have to read the whole book of Frankenstein by Friday. And then after class, I have yoga. I'm at my yoga class, but I'm the only one here. And my teacher said if another person doesn't come, she has to cancel it. So fingers crossed somebody else comes, because I need the stretch. I'm now leaving the gym. She had to cancel class, so I just stayed and stretched for a little while. Good morning! It's been like an hour or two. I got all dressed and ready to go to the library. I may go to Bible study straight from the library, so this is my fit. Have my chosen hat on. Got my Fruits of the Spirit bag. I actually got this bag from Shein. Crazy. And I'm loaded with snacks because 𝐬𝐵𝐞𝐝 is here today. And you'll not catch me hungry. So I have a whole bunch of nuts. And then bananas for cramps. And then I have a little sweet snack in here too. And
You that were on fire the same way that you.
There's a color. How do young black and brown write?
okay, I am now leaving the library. As an English major, they do like author series, and they had 2 black Appalachian authors come and talk to me. So I sat and listened to them talk, and now I'm about to head back to my dorm, eat dinner, and then leave with a friend to go to Bible study. So
Satan's probably patting himself on the back like, hey, look at this legwork I've been putting in with these people, to really push a reset on all of his creation. He wipes it all out, and because children of God, 1, don't live to please that fears God. It believes that God will come through on his promises.
I went to the gym this morning. It was leg day. That was amazing. It is quite a few hours later. It's now 1 o'clock. I went to the gym around 9:30 or so, and I'm about to go to my first class of the day. But I'm gonna get my Thursday snack, which is an iced matcha of any flavoring I choose. Typically, I do a toasted marshmallow or I'll do a strawberry. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to get today, but I have to hurry up because class starts at 2, and sometimes there's a little line, and I just like to be a little bit early for my class. So after my 2 o'clock class, I have a meeting, and then I have like an hour to myself, and then I go straight to my last class of the day, which is an hour and 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna see if I can get any work done after my last class before I go possibly to another campus ministry. As you guys have seen this week, I've been trying to be pretty active with like going to campus ministry and college, like centered Christian activities. I'm typically not this active, but since April 1st hit, since I went to my first in-person service this Easter in like a really long time, like since I've been in college, a really good kickstart. I found a really nice church that I'm really liking, and it just like made me remember and just really pushed me to just want more community, want more godly community. So I've been trying to do more of that, and it's the start of the month, so why not? Ooh, I wanna be used by you. Ooh. Hi, I'm back from my 2 o'clock class, which was my autofiction class. Just trying to figure out what I have planned for the rest of the day. I want to make my vision board for the month of April. I've really just been trying to find time to sit down and talk to God about what I want to do this month and what he wants me to do this month, and that's how I form my vision boards. So yes, but sometimes it just takes longer than others. I'm on my way to my last class of the day. I literally made it to the building and realized that I did not have my chargers, so I had to come back. And yeah, it's just a fiction workshop class, and looking at 2 short stories and then 1 like properly written story. And the fact that I want chips right now is crazy. I've eaten through all my meal prep for I'm still hungry. Currently cracked open Mary Shelley Frankenstein, and we're gonna try to work on it. I just have not looked at this assignment really. Okay, let's start. Been an hour and I'm on chapter 4 of Frankenstein. I'm about to make it to chapter 5. When I reach chapter 5, we're gonna leave for campus ministry just so I can get it there on time. But I'm at the part where Victor is making Frankenstein, and I just highlighted a quote. I've been highlighting and taking notes as I read. Victor is saying this about his creation. He said, "A new species would bless me as its creator and source. Many happy and excellent natures would owe their being to me." Just made me think of like possibly the thoughts God had when he decided to make us as human beings. Like, was he so excited to make us and so excited to be able to have someone that accredits all the goodness in them to him. Like, you know, instead of like making something and then as we do be like, oh yeah, I got it from my mom or I got it from my daddy. Like, do we as creatures thank the creator for giving us the excellent things that he did? Like, do we think about him? Like, we're up and walking to campus ministry. We're on our way now. I always miss the socializing aspect of this campus ministry, like how they do things. I may have missed like a little icebreaker socializing thing again, but we'll see. I'll see y'all there.
Countryside, away from danger, and they were arrested as a result. To the Lord saves.
Okay, I am now walking back. It was a quick little sermon about Jonah chapter 2 specifically, when Jonah's in the whale and he got himself in that situation and he literally prayed to God to get him out. Like, he prayed as if God had already did it, and it was just talking about having faith that God will be the God that he says he is and be a steadfast God and just show you faithful love. So yeah, it was a really encouraging sermon. I am now back in my room. I've taken all my makeup off. I have my bonnet on and I feel like I've done such a good job. I don't think y'all have seen my bonnet all week, really. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me for a week. Hope y'all have enjoyed this vlog so far, and let me know if you like this vlog. Let me know if you want more like this. But yeah, hope y'all have a good night, day, evening, morning, wherever you're at. Stay blessed and protect your peace. Good night.
Psalms 22. Life's not a handle.